Welcome to another episode of Replay, everyone. That there is He-Man sword, I think, baby. No. I don't know what that is. Sword. I'm Andrew Reiner. That's Suriel Vazquez.
Hello.
Ben Reeves playing the game.
Hello.
And Kyle Hilliard.
That's me.
With the recommendation for this game.
It's a good time to play it.
Why is that?
Why is that? One, there's two reasons. One, a new Zelda came out and it's okay.
We all love adventure.
It's pretty
good.
good.
We gave it a middling 10 out of 10.
A middling 10.
Somebody already started.
And Ben Reeves just played through this game.
Yeah, right before Breath of the Wild came out, I'm like, this is one of the few Zeldas I haven't actually beaten, so I'm like, I'm going to sit down and do it.
What did you play on 3DS?
So we can see, played on my own personal time computer.
Okay, gotcha. One of those situations.
So
that was the best release of that game, actually, was the PC.
This is Zelda right here.
That's Scarlet Witch.
That's right.
Yeah.
You want to go into the lore here? That's the original Zelda.
Right.
Because like in Zelda 1, you save as Zelda, and then you find out in reading the booklet of Zelda 2 that that's actually the original Zelda that's been asleep for a long time. And so now you're going to save her.
So who was the Zelda in 1?
A different Zelda, like her descendant.
Oh, so this is a prequel.
No, it's not.
It's
a sequel. That Zelda's been asleep for like a long-ass time.
I get it. So it's a sequel.
It's a sequel.
Okay.
But that Zelda's wicked old.
Yeah.
Wicked old.
Now, this Zelda often criticized for not being like the original Zelda.
Yeah.
Or the one that came after it, or any other Zelda thereafter. I actually like this game a lot.
Mm-hmm. I gained a new appreciation for this game, and like the core formula idea is good. And I think somebody could like take like its guts and make something good. All right, should we upgrade? I guess we can only upgrade this.
Yeah,
life will go up.
Yeah,
I guess we'll do
life
that.
will go up. You know, they did actually. There's like an Adventure Time game that took these guts and made something.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's any good. I just know it exists.
But a new Zelda. What if at E3, Nintendo announced a new handheld-ish?
And like that's what the handheld.
What I mean by
that
that is like you know how they do the core series big one every once in a while, and then like every other year you get the top-down one or whatever. But what if instead of the top-down one, we got a side-scrolling Zelda like this?
A Link Between
End of
Adventures?
Days, or is that good?
No, I'd be up for that.
Parappa.
The Rappa. I think that'd be interesting. Like, it is like Reeves says. It's this sort of like weird standout Zelda that is different, and it would be cool if they kind of use their 2D version of Zelda to try something new. Like they're really into doing new stuff now. Like that's kind of the other thematic reason to play Zelda 2 is because Breath of the Wild is such a departure from previous Zeldas that's like, oh, this was the other Zelda that was a huge departure.
Well, how cool would it be if, like, you know, Breath of the Wild kind of went back to the core tenets of what the original Zelda did? What if the next one they do after that goes back to kind of what this was trying to do and updates it? Like, I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah. It could get those RPG elements that you want in there, Reiner.
Yeah. And I was alive when these games came out. I had a
God, you must
conscience.
be like
I remember
100
these.
years old.
Close to, like Gandalf. This was such an upgrade in graphics over the first one. That's something I don't think people really realize is like the first game. It's like, okay, my guy's kind of this little dwarfy little guy, like, and then you see him here, and you're like, oh my God, look at him. He's got pointy ears, he's got face, like he looks good.
When they talked about jumping being a big deal in Breath of the Wild,
That is a much taller jump. I think this one has the best jump in Zelda.
He's got hops.
But the dungeons in this game are so good. I really like the combat too. And I know that gets criticized too, but I thought there was a lot of dynamics where you're bouncing off enemy heads.
Yeah, like it's cool. Like the way you improve the way you can fight over the course of the game, which is cool.
I'm shielded up. I shouldn't have done that.
The sound.
It just looks like you got wet.
It's interesting. Like those spells only last like one screen, whatever screen you're on.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Stupid.
God, this game's so stupid. This game's hard. I'm impressed that you beat this.
Really hard. It was frustrating at times.
I played some of it when we did the Zelda cover, and then in the back of that issue we have the classic on Zelda 2. And I did some research. I asked Miyamoto a question about it. Actually, to be fair, Hansen asked Miyamoto a question about it. And I actually went back and played it, and I got through like the first dungeon. And I was like, God, this is so brutal.
Another thing I liked is Breath of the Wild gets a lot of like praise for like, oh, you can do whatever you want, and like the hints in the game are kind of scattered into what people say. Like this game was doing that as well, actually, like more so than the first game did. So like this guy's telling you to get a candle.
That's quite a hint.
Yeah. I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's definitely.
But it's
pretty
coded,
subtle,
He doesn't just tell you. He says, candle in Parappa, go west. What does that mean?
We'll never know.
Which direction is west? You don't know that it's
Yeah,
facing
kid
north.
doesn't know.
Kid, you don't know.
Reeves is going east.
Oh, man.
Another
Look at that.
tidbit of lore
Look
from
at
Zelda
that.
2 is that this is the only canonical adventure Link ever has.
That's right.
As
This-
indicated by the title.
This is
Oh,
the
you
only
know
one
what?
that's not a legend.
This is
Yeah,
the one.
this
There's
is
like
an
an
adventure.
invisible dude in here, I think.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
There he is.
You should have gotten that lamp.
Look at
That's
that. You can
true.
see his feet. That's so cool.
Does 3 damage.
You got 3. Oh yeah, that's damage, not your experience, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Look at that. Reeves is so good at this.
Found the
So
desert.
the dungeon is up there.
Well, if you go south, there's a heart, I think, right?
Right. That's what I was going to go
You're
for.
gonna go for it. Don't
Yeah,
be a hero.
it's super, especially early on, it's super important. There's a...
You know, one thing I never realized about this game is that, for as different as people say it is from different Zelda from other Zeldas, it's basically like Final Fantasy with a side-scrolling combat.
Yeah, to a certain
Yeah.
degree.
You have your overworld where you're running into monsters and stuff, and then when you get into
Oh, no,
combat,
that was a bad idea.
it turns into a 2D prep.
You got to be really
platformer.
careful in this game.
Now, Mario's had a lot of reinvention as a series.
Oh!
Oh, boy.
We should get
Zelda
to Ganon,
quite a
though.
bit. What series do you think has taken the most risks and actually succeeded?
The most okay. So when we say risks, do we mean like controversial content, or do we mean like change? Everyone loved
Diversities of
this.
approach.
Everyone loved this. Let's do something completely different.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, that's a tough question. I mean, Final Fantasy's right
Shit.
there.
Madden.
Reeves.
I'm blowing. Yeah, you really...
The Vision Cone,
Yeah,
when they did
yeah.
that, is just, man, polarizing.
I mean, Zelda and Mario actually, when you look between Mario 1 and Mario 2 and Zelda 2, like those games are a lot different. You know, like they could have easily just done like I guess they did in Japan. They did Lost Levels for Mario,
Right, yeah.
which was more Mario, and everyone was happy with that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm pondering it. But Mario and Zelda, despite what people say, of like every Mario feels the same, every Zelda feels the same. Like early on, they
They were
did
kind
a-
of different.
They did a good job of like trying different stuff. You know.
I would say Castlevania to a degree
it
when,
over here?
like, on PlayStation, they're like, here it is, new side-scrolling Castlevania.
Yeah.
It's awesome. You're doing the upside-down castle. Everybody loves it.
Well, that was messed
And
up.
then on N64, they're like, oh, here's what it is in 3D. And they continued on in the 3DS, but man, that killed the console series right there.
Well, there were 2 PS2 ones which weren't great either.
No, but those are the same thing. They tried that whole 3D thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That a lot of games like really struggled moving from 2D to 3D.
Oh my God.
I don't think has there been
Bubsy
a good
just blew
Castlevania
it.
game that's 3D? Because
Yeah.
I mean, Lords of Shadow. I guess did
I
people
love Lords of Shadow.
Okay.
Not 2.
Lords of
yeah.
Shadow
2
was
wasn't
like,
as good.
the year it came out was like in my top 10.
Yeah, that
really?
game's great. Yeah.
I played about 2 hours of that and kind of got bored. But
I will say something weird that I think a lot of people have experienced. I think Reeves is actually in the same boat. Lords of Shadow, I played for like the first 2 hours. That game has a bad start.
Okay.
But if you go, like, I took like a month break from that game and returned to it. And I was like, this is awesome. But like the second level is a swamp that you have to like walk through, and it's awful.
yeah, I think at the time it was. I thought it was a little bit like too similar to other 3D action games like
God of War, yeah.
Yeah.
So Reeves, like the shield is like way more crucial. I feel
Oh,
like in
it's
Zelda
huge,
2.
super
huge.
important.
Yeah, like that was something when I kind of went back and played recently. I didn't realize because like there's so much stuff happening on screen, and I was like, this is hard as hell.
And you got to play defense all the time. I should have
Yeah.
walked into that guy, but...
Yeah, aren't you heading northeast at this
Well,
point?
so I want to go back and get healed up at town, actually,
Oh, okay.
is my problem.
It's your problem.
It's my problem. Took some damage.
And why'd you do that?
Does anybody remember where the extra lives are in this one?
You just played it, man.
I
told
know, but
you to come down here because you're the
There's
expert.
so much of a difference between what happens at the end of this game and the beginning.
You've got to kiss the invisible guy. And
That's
he'll
right.
give
Oh,
you
you're
free
in-
items.
I guess
How'd you die? You must have jumped over him.
So I have 2 funny stories about this. This is, well, one is not funny. It's a great memory of mine, is getting this game for Christmas one year from my aunt. Mm-hmm. The best. Like, I was so happy. Like, I didn't think I was going to get it because I didn't get it from, like, Santa Claus or anything like that. He was, like, the big gift giver in my family, you know? Like, and then she surprised me with it, which was crazy. And I just played that my whole, like, Christmas break from school. Did not beat it in that time, though. It took me a couple months to get through this game.
What do you think she was doing in there?
My aunt?
She made you spaghetti.
Was that your aunt?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And number 2, when we went to do this is pretty random, but when we went to do our cover story for Saints Row the Third, I was in a car. I was driving the car. Ben Hansen was sitting next to me. Did not talk to me, by the way. He put on his headphones to listen to podcasts.
For this road trip, right?
Yeah. Which is totally cool. But
It's coolest.
in the backseat, Jeff Cork and Dan Reichert brought a portable GameCube with the screen, plugged it into my cigarette lighter in the car, and they played this game the whole trip down to Champaign, Illinois, which is like 6 to 7 hours away
Zelda
from Minnesota.
2?
Why this one?
I don't know, but they played the whole trip.
Oh,
Because
so
like
weird.
you, Reeves, they've never gotten through it.
sure.
So they're like, we're going to use this
Did they
7
make it through
hours.
it?
But
This is
here's-
the best use of our time.
let me summarize like their take on it was the first 20 minutes, us just getting out of the cities.
Yeah.
Everything's good. Everything's fine. They're really into this. Like, oh my God, look at these graphics. The last 6 hours of that trip or whatever was just them complaining the whole time
Oh, no.
about this game being really tough and frustrating.
Did they? But yeah, that's a good question. Did they beat it in that 7
No,
hours?
they did not.
And Hansen just sat there quietly listening.
Just
to podcasts?
listening to, I don't know what he was, Adam Carolla or something.
Probably. While drinking a Corolla.
All right, where's the key?
You want to try that one again, Reese?
Yeah, it was really good. Look, I'm distracted, Kyle.
You are concentrating.
Oh, there's a blood moon outside.
That's a weird. Really
Oh
weird stance
no,
for
they're
those guys to take.
respawning.
Like the knife is like, chest height or something.
How do you hold knives?
So here's the
that.
Pushing it up against their stomach.
I'm usually not running and I'm usually not moving and holding knives that way.
Are we going to get to show off the better parts of combat? Are you going to get
What are you
to
talking
any
about? Look
knights?
at this.
Look at this. This is amazing.
He just did 2 damage, Reiner.
Yeah, look at that.
There's well,
I don't
there's
know.
there's the guys that you hold up their own shields here pretty soon.
Oh,
no.
here you go. This
Yeah.
Yeah, there's this
That guy's
guy.
a skull. He's already dead. What are
I
you
want
gonna do
him to
about
come
that?
down.
I know that, man, the Dark Souls comparison is so tired at this point, but like I really did kind of get a similar feeling playing this game that I do when I play Dark Souls, in that it's like the way you have to dodge and be careful and like approach every encounter.
Add attention.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, super
it's
tense.
really deliberate, and stuff like that. And it's
Guys respawn.
I would say this is the first game that made me do that.
yeah, like just
in this from like, I guess Zelda
There
1
we go.
a little bit when you're fighting the bosses.
magic.
But
Oh, yeah.
really,
You
when
can't
you're taking on enemies in this, the knights, especially if we can get to them, like, holy cow, like, they're
Reese-
tricky.
Reese will
Eventually, you
get
want to
it. He's a
upgrade
pro.
everything, but
Yeah.
those knights are rough. That wasn't good.
Well, you got to do a little hop and then hit him in the head.
Also, these guys have a bit of a jaunty walk.
They
to them.
steal
Kinda
your
like,
experience.
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna
believe.
stab you.
It's frustrating that they don't give you anything, right?
Yeah.
Those guys, it's like only certain enemies will give you experience. It's a bunch of garbage.
I feel like the action really, evolves a little bit when you get the downward and upward thrust.
oh yeah,
I
sure.
like those a lot, actually.
And you can't. Well, you can kill those, but those are huge. Like they're really hard, aren't they? The little floating skull guys.
Suck. Ooh,
You're
that
doing
was
good, man.
close.
I'm impressed. It's almost like you've played through this recently.
Yeah, I don't know. Could get real bad here in a minute.
So this was not directed by Miyamoto. He was behind the first Zelda, but he was a producer and designer on it.
That's right. Heavily
I
involved.
can't remember.
Sugiyama, Tadashi Sugiyama is the director.
Mm-hmm.
But in the credits, they did not credit themselves.
No? Why not?
They had like code names, basically. Right? Is that
Yeah,
like
let
that's
me
what you're looking
see if
into?
I can find.
It wasn't. It was. I don't even know if they were really being cute. I think it was just like that era. It's just like they didn't really think about credits. Like they didn't really consider it all that important.
Ta-da!
Right. There's also that whole story about how Activision wouldn't let people
Yeah. Like
put themselves in the credits.
that's dumb.
Or it might not have been Activision, but it was some company.
It was certainly
Did
an issue in
Activision
the
make
past.
this game?
Yeah. Yeah, Activision and Nintendo's first collaboration, and not their last.
Is this one that shoots?
I don't think so. I think that one's good.
And this is the game that introduced Dark Link,
Yep, Dark Link.
which is an awesome moment in this.
Lives, which you don't really ever see in Zelda after this. I mean, maybe you do. Maybe I'm just remembering incorrectly, but Lives is a weird
I
thing.
think so.
Yeah,
were
I
there
don't think
lives in the first one? There were, right?
No, you just died. I
died.
think.
You
Yeah,
just died and you died.
it's just like real life, man.
Yeah, it's probably
That game
because
was
like
real life.
this game was so. Oh shoot!
Oh, God.
God dang it! Okay.
This is you got to find the window to get in, right?
Yeah.
The other thing Zelda 2 contributed to
Shoot.
Zelda overall was this theme, which is really good.
Yeah.
It was in the Smash Brothers
You hear
stage.
this
That's where I heard it
theme
first.
A lot. Dang it!
So-
oh, now I'm gonna die.
Miyamoto was
Should I go
in
back?
this game's credits
It's up
was
to you, man.
credited under the pseudonym Miyahan.
Yeah, and
So it's like Richard Bachman and Stephen King, right?
well,
exactly like
it's
that,
not quite like that because I was actually talking to Jeff Marchiafava about it, and it's actually like has to do with the translation of kanji characters and stuff like that. Like, it's
the same as Richard Bachman.
yes, that's right. That's what I was getting at. It's not
Going up there,
totally.
you jerk.
Oh,
It's not completely
Not
like a
good.
nickname.
Oh no, Ganon.
Not Ganon.
So that's
Return of
where
Ganon.
that's the only place you see Ganon in this.
Yeah, because you don't fight him in the end,
I've
right?
only got 3 butts.
But you get to keep your experience.
But you
right?
keep your stuff, which is nice, and it's like about the only way you can do this.
Yeah, you have to farm a little here at the beginning.
you got this, kid.
So there's I can't remember where the candle is. I think it's up in this cave. If you guys want to go get that, or we
it's
can go back to the
west.
palace.
Go west.
Go west.
You guys
damn
want to
it.
get the candle or no?
Parappa.
I don't know what's easy. Well, I think. Well, blah, blah, blah. What are you going to get? Are you going to be able to get the candle if you do it?
It might be in here.
Oh,
There's some in
invisible
here.
bats.
You know what? I think you need the candle to get this.
I
actually.
think so. That's what the dark caves are about.
Man, just figuring all this out as a kid was awesome.
Yeah, it was cool. You're like,
you-
what is this?
Do you use a walkthrough, Reeves?
I did at certain points. I mean, mostly what I did was I had like a world map up, which kind of showed you where to go. But I played a good bit without that, just to get a feel for like what this game was generally about. But at some point, like,
I think all I had to go on was an issue
got-
of Nintendo Power.
Oh, really? Okay.
I got a life. I got a cat. I got to take care of. I don't have time to.
Just have your cat play for you.
You know, they
Oh,
kind of take
shoot.
care of
That was my
themselves, Reeves.
Yeah.
You don't have to keep licking the fur, and
What?
it's very strange.
Or the litter box.
All right, I'm gonna go heal.
Yeah, don't lick the litter box.
Are you sure?
And
Yeah,
towns.
there's been research done that you should do that.
Yeah, NPCs that you could talk to. That was a first in Zelda 2. I mean,
Yeah.
there's the old man in Zelda 1, but like, does that count? I don't know. He was just a dude that said like one sentence to you, and then you move on. But these people had lives. You know, these are real people. They have homes. They have mortgages. They got to file their taxes.
That's
once
true.
A year.
They do. Yeah.
Those systems are all actually playing out in Zelda 2. It's just you never see
It's
them.
invisible. Yeah.
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 It was a strange time for Nintendo. I got to tell you that much, because they were doing like, you know, the first Mario Brothers and then Mario 2 being so
Reeves.
different. I'm surprised Mario 3 was what it ended up being, right? Like, and they
Why
didn't
is
go
that?
even further in a different direction.
Because it was so. You think because it was so similar to the other one?
To 1, yeah. Like 2 obviously was a different game in Japan that they changed for localization, but
Yeah.
Well,
at the
have you
same
ever
time, it was a
played-
success, right? Like,
Have you ever played the original Japanese 2?
we are going to do that on an episode of Replay very soon.
It was brutal.
Lost Levels, right? Is what you're talking. Like they eventually released it in America in the All
They
Stars
eventually
collection. I
released it
think.
as Lost Levels,
Yeah.
which I also beat.
Really?
Yeah,
Good lord, man.
it was not easy. They made it
There's a
slightly
night.
easier
You know-
in that you could, I think, save halfway through on the Lost Levels version. That's how I played it.
Oh, okay.
You know, Reeves, for someone who says he doesn't have time to not play games with the guy because he has a life, you're playing a lot of games that kind of take it out of you.
I mean, I played that before I had a cat.
That's a big commitment. You know?
So, why are you going back to these games, though? I mean, you really do feel like you got to fill in those gaps? Is that
Yeah,
more
with
pressing
Zelda,
than playing?
I mean,
more
Zelda-
pressing than trying. I mean, there's a billion games out now, a billion new releases. That's more pressing than trying something new. You think that you want that memory or having that knowledge more than?
I think for some of them, I think for Zelda, like as like a series that I'm like, this might be my favorite series. I'm like, well, I should go back. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
Tim Turry was the
I
same
should go
way.
back
Former
and like
Game
own
Informer
it.
guy.
Oh, I don't even need that anymore. That's right.
He would. I mean, if there was any gap in any major series, like he felt like he had to get through that.
Well, he was when he first started extreme about it to the point where he didn't even want to like play the new game in the series before he'd played the old one.
Right.
That's too much.
Which I'm not that hard.
It's a bit of a problem when you kind of have to review it.
yeah.
Well, yeah, there were instances.
Well,
where he
no,
just
and
had
Tim,
to-
he would if he knew a review was coming, he would get ready, man. Like,
yeah, early on, he eventually let go of some of that. All right,
And then we let him go.
we let him
When
go.
he let that go.
As soon as
uh,
he completed his journey, we just said, all right, bye, Tim.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm kind of like halfway between that and where you are, Reeves. Like, I definitely like if it's a series I love, I want to go back and like, yeah, what did I miss here? But at the same time, I'm also like I'm always. Anyone like Mass Effect is on everyone's mind lately, and they're like, "Ah, should I go play Mass Effect?" I'm the guy who's screaming, "Skip Mass Effect 1 and just go right to 2. Do not mess with Mass Effect 1." And everyone thinks I'm crazy for that.
No,
You are crazy.
You're
I
fine.
like
I
Mass
think you're totally
Effect.
fine on
Thank
that.
you,
but
Suriel.
you're very-
Glad we all agree you're crazy.
Yeah, we all agree. You're
Like, just
crazy.
play the new thing. Play the good one. You don't have to,
Wait,
waste your
play
time.
2. Yes, play the good one. Play 2.
Exactly. Play 2.
And 1.
Go, go, go.
Play 1.
Because what was I going to say? Oh, shoot. I was playing this while I was playing... always the fast one. While I was playing the other Zelda that nobody likes.
Oh, Spirit Tracks.
Train one, yeah.
Yeah, what that was... Why'd you do that?
That was brutal.
Is that... Okay.
For other reasons.
Is that the one... Whereas this one gets unfairly panned, in my opinion. Spirit Tracks is the one that most people are like, this train isn't good at all. Like, I think we all agree on that,
It's
right?
legit.
Whoa! Look at that.
Yeah.
Pro move right there.
Yeah, that was rough.
This
this is where I missed the
Can you
downward
do your
thrust.
downward
No,
stroke?
I don't have it yet.
Oh.
I really like the central dungeon in Spirit Tracks, and some of the actual dungeons were okay, but everything in between those dungeons is just really
There
bad.
was one central dungeon, actually, where... Does that guy come to life?
No, I don't think so.
If you use your imagination.
There was the central dungeon areas that were all completely in dark in Spirit Tracks. Those were pretty brutal.
Are those
Yeah.
maracas?
Yeah, he's a big
Yeah.
dancer.
There you go.
I like his design.
Oh, dang it.
Why hasn't he come back?
Well, he
No,
could be a
Mr.
Hinox,
Cyclops?
maybe.
Could be.
He's like a Hinox, kind of.
He's way
Yeah.
smaller. He knocks.
Link is actually enormous in this
Oh,
one.
gosh.
He's actually the size of those orcs, or the Hinoxes in Breath of the Wild. in this
Nice.
game.
All right. Oh, I wish I...
See, he looked like a Monsters Inc. guy to me.
I could see that.
Who, Link?
Does he?
Yeah, Link too.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
here
one.
we are.
All right, okay, here you
This
go.
is not good.
Okay, no, the trick here is you got to
You got to
jump.
watch.
His footwork is really confusing me. He's just like,
I'm telling you, man, you jump, you poke him in the head.
God, these battles are so good.
you guys ever watch that old
Look at
Scooby-Doo
that, there you go.
cartoon? A pup named Scooby-Doo where they were all kids.
That's right. With
Oh, Kyle, you led me astray with that jump.
no, you had to. You should have done better.
I should have done better.
To be fair,
yeah.
but
But
start right here. Oh, because you have your lives.
in
now.
that cartoon, Velma walked with like this really rapid pace of like her legs would just constantly scuttle. That's what this reminds me of. Is what I'm trying to get. Is what I'm trying to
Velma
get.
from a pup named Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
All right.
That character, that series also introduced the
got
character
your
Red
number.
Herring.
Yeah,
which
that's
is-
right. Who would consistently be? That's how I learned the word red
Everybody's-
herring. I think.
yeah.
Actually.
This is how I was used to doing, I guess.
This is actually how most sword fights went back in the day.
I remember the
I'm
last
rusty.
dungeon was
It's been
just
a while
loaded
since I
with these
played.
guys.
I really do think there's a trick if you jump and you kind of just tap them on the head as you're coming down. Like that's
And then
the
you
way
run
to do
away.
it. No, I don't think you need to run away.
But he's going to keep knifing you in the bottom.
Like that. Like see, yeah. There you go.
Well, you just broke the game.
There, right.
Oh,
That's not fair.
All right,
Yeah,
Kyle.
we're turning
How's it feel not
This
knowing
does
that and
feel
having to
cheating.
beat
We're
the
turning
game?
this into a super replay.
I feel
30
like
minutes. Here we go.
Would that have made your life a little easier?
Oh
or
my gosh,
anything?
a little bit. Although there are scenes where you're like fighting him in tunnels,
Yes. Yeah.
so you can't jump. But
But you're also the jump is gonna pay off more because you're gonna
Hey!
get like a Scrooge
happy.
McDuck downward thrust that you can bounce on their heads.
That's right.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's
really
very, very handy.
Okay,
the
so even-
upward thrust one is also really satisfying.
If you die, you still have that lantern, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. So like we could actually, you could if you wanted to, which is interesting. I think you can just leave the dungeon.
By dying.
Well,
No,
there's
no,
a
just like-
boss you still want to fight.
No, I know, but I'm saying like if there was that place that we saw earlier that was all dark. Like I think you can go back there. You know, see
Get
if
your
maybe there's-
power and
get
then
a
come
heart
back.
or whatever. There might be a heart in there or something, which is interesting. I don't know. Usually, well, no, I take that back. You can usually leave a dungeon in the middle. There's just rarely a reason to need to do it.
Right.
Because yeah, even Ocarina specifically had an item
go,
to kind
go.
of let you do that.
Oh, gosh, no.
Reeves, don't be a hero. Up time.
What is the strangest Zelda item? Is that the raft?
Strange. Oh, just the idea that you would be carrying around a whole raft with you.
Just
Pretty
to
good.
put across two platforms.
The Rock's cape, I think, is pretty weird because it
Which one's
acknowledges
that?
that Link is incapable of jumping otherwise. That he can't cross it like a gap the size of his body without some sort of
Without
magical
putting on
item.
some kind of item.
And you guys are all hot on. I'm not gonna put myself in the camp, even though it's my game of the year so far.
Nice.
But you guys are all hot on Breath of the Wild, but that kid can't
Yeah.
swim.
Hey,
Like,
he can.
Get
It's
your
just he's
stamina.
not a,
He
he's not a
loses
good
all of his
swimmer.
stamina, and he can still swing a damn axe.
you
Oh,
got-
and he can't doggy paddle.
Man, you go get the clothes. You'll be in good shape. You know what I'm talking about?
Get the clothes.
Get the clothes.
Actually,
John.
that might be pretty weird. The fact that you have a bunch of clothes that do a bunch of magical stuff.
Yeah.
Actually,
What's up with that?
if and when we are able to do an afterwards feature,
No.
one of my questions is going to be how does Link completely change his clothes while riding a paraglider? It's a good question, I think.
Yeah. Lord of the Rings, when Gandalf turns from gray to white, is it the clothing that's giving him the power?
Do you think he just found
Just
some
like
bleach?
Link?
Yeah, he just. went to the dry cleaners in Middle Earth and said, "Wow, now I feel refreshed. Now I feel very powerful.
Let's get rid of this hat.
Yep, don't need this." Gave it to the Goodwill.
And Radagast the Brown wore brown,
shoot.
right?
Sure.
They're
Is
like
this-
Power
Is
Rangers.
this Lord of the Rings lore?
Yeah.
I think there's something
I don't
down
know
there.
anything about
Oh, I
this.
can't break these.
No,
Okay.
you can't. Right.
There are some areas where they have all these, and you do the downward thrust and go straight down, and you'll find an item.
You'll want to come back with
But
that.
then you're super stuck there. You
Yeah.
gotta like
Oh,
dig
you
yourself
can't-
out. Yeah.
It's like Minecraft. You know the. And how, do you have a key?
I think.
Hit him.
Oh,
I
no.
don't. Oh, that's
Where's the
not
key?
good. Apparently, got to go back.
In Hyrule Historia, they talked about how the original Zelda, or Miyamoto wrote the intro to the book, and he talked about how like the first ideas for Zelda were that you could like build a dungeon and give it to your friend, and then like you guys could exchange dungeons, and that was kind of how they started. That was like the first idea for the
really?
game, which
That's
makes me
cool.
always think of like that they were like kicking around like almost Minecraft, like
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
in like the 1980s.
He's
You know,
probably kicking himself right now.
I hit the button. It didn't do what I said.
Instead, I made a very successful franchise. Oh,
Reiner, real quick, did a little research here. On
that's
the
dangerous.
That's Wade Wojcik.
MTV.com ranked all 186 items in Legend of Zelda.
Okay.
oh, jeez.
The very
What was
last,
their weirdest?
the weirdest, the first, which I guess will be the worst, like 186, was the Tingle Tuner.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that is
Yeah,
pretty
interesting.
Okay.
Where's the
up there.
raft?
Give us the raft.
I'll get back to you.
Where are those glasses from A Link Between Worlds?
168 is the raft from
Okay.
Legend of Zelda.
It's a pretty useful raft. I don't.
I mean, yeah, but it's just like the idea is like,
Where's he carrying it?
What?
On his back?
I'll say this much: if I wish I could carry around a raft in Breath of the Wild.
What's the weirdest? Oh, dang
They're
it.
on
What's
every
the,
coast.
kid can't
weirdest-
swim.
I would prefer to carry one around just so that I knew for sure.
You know,
What's
right?
the
The
weirdest
reason.
musical instrument he's got?
Let's see. He's got a harp. Probably the wand, right?
The wand is
The
pretty
the,
weird.
the
The wand of
Wind
Gamelon?
Waker.
Yeah.
The titular Waker.
What about the bird on his head?
That's not a musical
bird.
instrument.
Oh,
though.
you're talking about the Minish
Aslo?
Cap.
That was the cap. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
The,
was
weird. annoying.
the greatest wizard in all of Zelda.
I should have saved
I don't
that
know if
fairy.
that's true.
He's the greatest wizard in my heart.
Okay.
Now, if its eyes are up there, like what's latched onto his?
What?
Oh.
Yeah,
butt
think
cheeks?
about that. Yeah, just clenching for life.
I mean, you don't see it, but Link also is doing that.
That's implied.
Well, I see it in his
Very
animation here.
So playing this back in the day, like, was it hard to like know like where to go next and like what
Oh,
to
yeah.
do? And you're just
Yeah,
like,
you just kept going and going and going, trial and
Said
error,
talk
trial
to
and
people,
error.
right? Oh,
But it's
don't be
back
jumping.
then you couldn't even check Twitter. So what else were you gonna do?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
seriously,
true.
you just played. I often think about that. Like, I'm so about
upgrade
new
my magic
experiences
guys, or-
now.
I think you don't have a choice, right?
no, you can always cancel and save it for later.
Oh, really? Yeah.
But even the idea of just going back and playing something again and again, like I would beat like Life Force on the NES and then play it immediately again. Like that thought is just like gone in my brain now.
Oh,
Like,
same. Yeah, totally.
it's all like, okay, I did it. I'm moving on to something else.
I think the only games I still do that with are Dark Souls games, where I finish the game and usually I'm immediately like, I want to play through this again.
Like
But
New Game Plus?
I almost never finish them, but
People still
oh
have those
boy.
thoughts, obviously, because
Yeah.
the New Game Plus is everywhere.
All right,
But
guys. Wish Reeves luck here. He had activated the shield.
he's very cordial looking. He's like, I'm just gonna hold my thing down here.
Oh man,
I'm gonna bash you.
Look out! I'm gonna bat you.
I'm gonna bash you.
I'm gonna get you.
I'm gonna get you with my bat.
oh, you're gonna die.
I'd really prefer it if you stood still so I could bat you.
It's my peppermint bat.
Oh,
That's right.
It's got a peppermint.
Pepper
on
It's
top.
like a lollipop.
This is intense, man.
I'm.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Reeves.
Look at that cool shadow effect behind you.
Keek.
Just stab it.
You know, the funny thing about this is like you're not going around to dungeons collecting things. You're like you have the 7 things with you, and then
Yeah.
you're placing it in the Easter Island
Yeah.
head.
It's like a Zelda, but
The first time I did
backwards.
that too, I was like, "Wait, what is that? Where did you get that?" Like, it's not really explained super well.
Yeah.
No, you gotta read the manual.
Okay, so
Oh, I see. Okay, then
I
you
can do
pick.
my life, which I guess I should.
Yeah, life seems pretty.
Which I should have, if I was thinking about it, I would have upgraded earlier because you get like that free life upgrade.
Yeah.
So now we can go back to that cave we found
Oh,
if we want.
where are those coming from?
Don't worry about it.
They've been drifting forever
Those are all the Octorok
Yeah.
seeds that have just been floating around
Yeah.
infinitely.
in the desert. It's actually really windy there, so which is why you have to block them. Otherwise, they wouldn't really hurt.
I don't know why it's so funny. It's just like so gingerly, like boop. You try to kill me, boop. Nope. You're not gonna get that thing. Was that magic?
Yeah, it's magic. I don't need it, but
Because all you have now is like that shield that you can activate, right?
right. Yeah, you eventually get more. Once you get the life spell, that's a huge deal.
Look at this. We can see now.
Look, you can see.
It's like the little Nausicaa beetle thing.
And how many dungeons? 8 again? Or is it less?
7, 8, might be right.
How many shrines?
Over
140.
100. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Did you guys like the shrines?
I do.
Yeah, they're maybe
Some of
my
them are
favorite
really
part. Some are really good. The tests of strength one, I wasn't a big fan of at first, but
Yeah, they were easy.
once you learn how those guys fight,
Yeah, once you get to
then
a
it's
major
pretty-
test of strength, they're pretty fun.
I remember doing the first major test of strength when I had like 4 hearts, and I felt really good about doing it. But now I'm
Oh,
just
wow.
like, I'm going to
Nice
take
shot.
any heavy weapon and I'm just going to spin around them in circles.
Oh, what was that?
Oh, not the lava.
Incredibly fun to do that.
I'm impressed that you did that with 4 hearts.
That was that lava. He was brutal.
Yeah, he's a real strong enemy, unkillable, and
Yeah.
Well, let's see. So you keep all your experience.
Yeah.
You have your lamp still, right?
Yeah.
So we can go back over there if we want, or we can head east or west rather.
Pretty
Let's
much
see
in the
what's in
same
that
spot.
cave. I think we're all vested in the cave.
Yeah,
We're
I'm
all really
committed to
invested
that
in that
cave.
Committed to the Cave is the name of my collection of poetry.
Oh, okay.
It's not very good.
That's why this game
gonna
is
be honest with
so
you.
cool. It's like just a
Terrible.
in many ways is like what the first game did, but just like I know they changed things up, but
How long did it take you to beat this?
I don't think there's a timer on it. But like
Rough
it took me
ballpark.
like 2 weeks of playing it, like while playing a few other things. So I mean 15 hours maybe. So I mean I had a guide I was using. That guy's gonna jump and hit me.
Don't do it.
Shoot.
Oh, right in the drink.
Reeves, we told you not to go in the lava.
Kyle, you told me to do that.
No, you're right.
If you had the upward thrust.
Wade's gonna edit it.
I know
so
that's
it says,
the thing. If I had the
Reeves, go
other
in the lava.
There we go.
Come on.
Even though he'd only need to edit out the don't, he's gonna cut it from different parts of the.
There's things like this where you're like, you're just on a screen like this where there's some dumb bat or something, and you're like, having so much trouble with this one dumb enemy, and then you'd like blaze through a boss for something.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the Ninja Gaiden reboot,
Yeah,
where it's like just one
all-four
standard
one?
enemy could just work you.
just totally.
If you're not on your game. Just absolutely make you look silly.
That game was great.
oh no,
Yeah,
I
it was
hate the
good.
boomerang guys the most. I think.
He's
Did
got
you
a
try
cool
reasoning with
mustache.
him?
I like that he continues to throw the boomerang even after it's left. He's still chucking it.
Because there's so many dumb boomerangs coming at you.
Yeah.
Go!
Oh,
get him,
no!
Get him.
I should have just gone for it.
What is? Yeah, we got to get
What was
that
that?
thing.
It's a statue thing. You need it for. I don't even remember what you need it for.
Is it
Just bounce over him.
Does this have? It has side quests, right? That was kind of a first thing too, right? Aren't there not game requirement missions or anything like people
Pretty
want
bad.
gifts and stuff?
Right.
So basically, we've just decided that Breath of the Wild's pretty uninspired.
Yeah, they really did a lot of this already. Breath
Basically,
of the Wild
since Ocarina was the first
Should I
Zelda
get this
basically
guy?
remade.
No,
or
no,
was Link to the Past
Let him
remade.
live.
Don't bother them. I could kill
Breath of the
them.
Wild was basically
Get the
this game remade.
experience.
He's going to tell the story.
Dude, I encountered this guy.
He was kind of green. He's usually wearing green, but this time he's kind of red for some reason.
Oh, what?
I've been,
I'm pretending to be the audience, and that was like, what? He was red.
I've been in this cave for 5 years protecting this. And I finally get my first flight, and he jumped right over my head and took it and ran off.
Yeah, I do like this guy's just in a cave hanging out. What's he doing?
Why'd you leave your cave to tell me this story? Go and get
It's
the item
gone.
back.
The item's gone.
I do
Ruto.
like when you would find a new town too. You'd be like, "Oh, sweet, a new town. Wonder what I'm gonna
Please.
get."
Going inside with her. This is cool. It's Ruto. Ruto's the princess from Ocarina of Time, the Zora princess, which the divine beast is named after.
The old ladies
Breath of the
refill your
Wild.
It's
magic.
like the
Spoiler
games are all
alert.
connected.
Yeah. So me and Wade
There's a
think-
Kevin Smith again.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, there
we
Remember
found
this?
him.
I am error.
What a great guy.
You look it up. Like he says something different in Japanese, but I can't remember what it is.
I think he says Breath of the Wild in stores 2017.
2017. They're really looking ahead.
Yeah.
South of the castle.
So
When Kojima was planning out his entire arc of Metal Gears, I mean, Miyamoto's already planning out the entire arc of Zelda.
Yeah, of
not
course.
a lot of people know that.
Yeah. Not
Okay,
even
here's
knew
the
that.
arc. It's just going to keep repeating and repeating. Link, Zelda, Ganon, over and over and over and over.
full.
But we'll make up some BS continuity
Yeah.
that fans will really latch on to.
We're gonna wait until they figure out 2 timelines. Then we're gonna make 3.
Oh, they're gonna hate this. It's gonna really screw them up.
No,
Wade
I
and I
got
were
jump.
talking about this because Wade and I did a video where we talked about the timelines
Right.
and like where Breath of the Wild falls. And our favorite thing is there's a ton of comments on that story, and every single one is positive. They're like, nope, it's this. We know what it is. And every single one of those comments is different. Yeah, it's like, it's definitely here. I don't know why this is even a debate. Then the next comment is, nope, it's definitely here. I don't even know why this is a
And the
debate.
comment will end with, "You're welcome."
Yes, everyone's so cordial of telling us that they're right and everyone else is wrong.
So
I was looking up the I Am Air thing real quick.
Yeah.
And let's see. I guess that's like supposed to be his name.
Yeah. His
And
name is
if you go to there's this one NPC in the harbor town of Mido that says, "Ask Error of Rudo about the palace," and you go back to Error and it gives you a hint about the palace.
Weird.
But there was like a translating error because originally it was Bagu, but got confused into
Nobody played
Bug.
the game after when they were translating it.
But then, like, people weren't sure if it was supposed to say something. Oh, shoot.
But anyway, Reeves, what were you saying?
I was going to say that lady said something about keys, and there is, like, a special key in the... There is a special item in one of the dungeons that is, like, a permanent key,
Really?
but you only get it in the second to last dungeon, so then you can only use it on the last... the second to last dungeon is the only one you can use it on.
Oh, it's your boy
It's kinda
Boomerang
like
Man.
This guy.
Speaking of errors in games, I recently read something that there's a Tomb Raider game on PlayStation that came out, and there's no introductory cutscene because they forgot to add it.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Well, like a Tomb Raider 2 or something?
It's like 4 maybe on PlayStation.
forgot
Last
that.
Revelations
Oh my
or something
God.
like that. But it's like, oh my God,
maybe
you guys.
it
Like,
was Angel of Darkness, because I interviewed someone
Wow.
who wrote a strategy guide for that game,
This
and he
guy
told me
again.
that when he got the game, it wasn't done. So when he wrote the guide for it, they completely changed like so many of the puzzles in that game. He basically had to go back and rewrite it.
Oh, fun.
that happened a lot back in the day. Like, review code would come in, and it'd say review on it, and you're like, okay, I'm going to review this. And then it would be like 80% complete, you'd find out, you know, and it's just like, it was a different day and age. Like, Metal Gear didn't have different control schemes in it when we reviewed it. Golden, I think, was the same thing. They didn't have different control schemes. I don't remember what the default was.
Was one of your complaints this game needs different control schemes?
Yeah, for Metal Gear it was, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, you can't run and
dragon.
shoot.
Oh, no, you
that
don't
wasn't in
Oh,
it.
you do.
Oh, I don't have enough magic.
You can't do your big jump?
No.
You gotta farm those
I
guys.
used it too much. Oh, no.
Can you farm these guys?
I could try.
Are they gonna?
but-
Well, there's not even a guarantee that they're gonna give you magic, right?
Yeah, but
yeah, one of them's a dragon.
that's fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
Those guys, you
Wait.
get both of them at once.
Shoot!
Oh,
And you
God.
can't block his fireball, too, which kind of sucks.
Can you like reason with them? Maybe.
Hey, dude, don't do it.
I just need a little bit of magic. I'll get out of your hair. Be like I was never here. Be good. So you're heading south again, right?
So there is something else we could go do down here. Wait, did we go do that cave? Yeah, we
What,
did.
I don't know. I like you do get a sense of like, it's not the sense of progression of your typical RPG, but there's a sense of progression that you're kind of pushing against like a difficult challenge, and you are getting stronger.
Yeah.
Because you are going to die a lot. Like I feel like something like Dark Souls, which has a similar thing, is like you keep banging your head against this wall until you finally break through.
Well, and again, like Breath of the Wind, even, I feel like you die early on, and then you make it past this hump, and then you stop dying.
Yeah.
That's how this game is. So, like, early on, you die a lot.
It's
but
usually when
like,
you find the
eventually
button that
power
swings
up.
the sword.
Yeah. Once you find that button, you're golden. So this is nice.
Yeah,
Magic.
that's huge.
Oh, that upgrades your magic. Okay, cool.
So I'm going to put an asterisk on my comment of it being a different day and age for reviews. We've actually gone full circle of games being like I said, it was like 80% complete. We're seeing that now because like they release games that aren't even close to done.
Yeah.
That's
And
a
then we
good
just
point.
patch it for
The big
a year and a
difference is
half.
now they just go ahead and release them.
Thank you. Now instead of just sending it to the journalist, they
They
sell
send it to everybody.
Yeah, that's nice of them.
Yeah.
They're really doing it right, you guys.
Day one
All the
patch,
wiki guys are gonna
8.5 gigs.
also rewrite all their strategy guides.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, Final Fantasy's getting a updated verse or chapter 13.
Yeah.
There's no saving that chapter.
I mean, that's cool. They're updating it, but
Get out of here.
what? What is happening with our video games?
I don't know. It's weird. I guess they're just expensive to make now.
Yeah, I think they're expensive.
I guess you could look at movies too. Of like you get the Peter
Director's
Jackson director's cut later.
Even albums, because Kanye West's last album, The Life of Pablo, he went back and actually sort of redid some of the tracks for that, and people who were listening to it on Spotify, they didn't really have a choice as to what version they wanted to listen to.
Yeah, he just updated it now.
Yeah, because
Weird.
I pertain that the original version of the song Feedback was the best one, and then the one they patched in is noticeably worse.
That's too bad.
I disagree.
Those are my hot takes.
I also just learned about this, but
Here's an awesome idea for a musician out there. On that note of updating songs, every day you update your song with different lyrics, and it's like a diary.
or you had a new track, like here's the drums.
That's the next Arcade Fire
Guitar's
album,
coming
basically.
tomorrow.
Oh, it could be emotional guitar. What your emotion is how that guitar sounds.
So it's like 365 iterations of the
Yeah.
same song.
Not you.
That is a good idea. Won't take
Persona
much effort.
3 sort of does that. Not every day, but every
Persona
time you get a tier into the Tower Tartarus, they add a layer to the base song of the dungeon music until it's like, and it starts with like just a single like bass beat, and then it ends
That
up
is pretty
adding
cool.
like drums and orchestral swells.
So there's always a lot of overlap with Ghibli and Zelda, and I feel like those are just straight up like the little bugs from Nausicaa.
Is that what you think they're?
That's what I think they are.
You should ask me. What,
They look
are
like
those little bugs from Zelda
trilobites
2?
or
Are they
whatever,
from-
right?
Yeah, I forget what they're called. I just watched Nausicaa too.
Where does Nausicaa 2 fit into the Zelda timeline?
What a
There's no
jerk.
Nausicaa 2 cereal.
This is no good, guys.
Sorry.
Sorry. My bad.
You got this, Reeves. Dragons, nothing.
Certainly got something. Well, you do have oh, look at that pro move right there. You do have a bunch of magic.
If
Yeah.
you were a dragon, would you ever turn into a bat, or would you just constantly show off, I'm a dragon?
Shoot, why did I do
am
that?
if I'm a dragon, do all dragons have wings? Can they all fly?
Yeah,
Oh,
he
they
had
can all
clearly
fly.
had wings on the ground.
I would
though.
I feel I would have very little practical purpose to turn into a bat.
Like right up there. I guess maybe
Just go.
wait.
You got
maybe
lots
you
of life.
can't hold yourself up there.
Or you want me to
but
just
I think the
die,
bigger
Kyle?
question is, do I want to hold myself up there?
Well, if you sleep naturally upside down, then maybe.
I'd sometimes do sleep upside down naturally.
Wait, sometimes naturally.
Like Michael
So
Keaton
sometimes
from Batman?
if I ever wake up in the middle of the night, I find the easiest way to go back to sleep is to just turn around on my bed and sleep at the foot of my bed.
Oh, okay.
Look at that jump.
You got jumps.
It does bug me that you can only use it on the same screen, though.
Yeah. Hey, you made progress.
Look at that.
What's here? Oh,
Da-da-da.
Da-da-da.
you have to hit her, right? Or, no.
This will be the last
Yeah,
This is
10
very
minutes of
abusive.
review.
I don't know that I like
Do you have to use your ultra jump?
I don't remember.
You're like
get her.
having
bouncing
to
over
do
her head.
Ah,
Oh,
Should I use my jump?
yeah. Do
I
it.
think so, yeah.
There you go.
Is that really what you got to do?
Yeah.
Alright.
That was
I mean,
silly.
he eats them, right?
That's
Yes.
totally what's
I
happening.
mean, he does it in Breath of the Wild as well.
Yeah.
But that is our look at Zelda 2. Enjoy this look at the swamp.
It's a beautiful swamp. Let's be
It's
honest.
not
gorgeous.
bad.
It'll
Great
do.
real estate.
But we're going to take a quick break. We're going to show you kind of a weird commercial, and we'll be back with a different game.
Mom. Come on, Mario. Come on, Mario, jump! Don't give up.
Want to grow? The calcium in milk helps bones grow.
Okie dokie.
All right, gentlemen, we lost Kyle. He had to handle some breaking news upstairs. But we are playing the Krion Conquest,
Look at this.
1999.
The box art looks like it's some fantasy thing. Like
It
some
is.
crazy.
Yeah.
What if you wanted to play Mega Man, but you didn't want to
Okay.
play as a robot? You wanted to
Okay.
play as a witch.
Tell me more.
I'm
with
listening.
cleavage.
I'm listening.
And instead of
Yeah.
a P-blaster, you have a wand.
I'm listening.
This is your game, Suriel.
All right.
The robot hordes attacked
Indiscriminately.
Indiscriminately.
That, you know, they were
They weren't
kinda all
racist,
over.
you know. They killed whoever.
Wow, this is a lot of
Yeah.
story.
Well,
for
you
this
got to
game.
set up the witch.
It's true.
Yeah, right.
I have to say, I like this little animated scene in the background
But
too.
now,
Is that her?
This is
Eh.
no.
I thought you said a witch. This looks like cyberpunk. I don't know.
I'll just wait.
Okay. She's
Man,
very
this rivals
confused.
Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah,
for opening
very
cutscene.
cinematic.
I do like the magic meets high tech, just motif in general.
Yeah,
I don't know a lot of
There!
fiction that does that.
there it is.
Is there a lot of
Shadow
good
Witch?
fiction that does that you guys can think
That
of?
fuses magic with like cyberpunk.
Yeah, with high tech stuff.
I don't know.
Not a lot. You should write that book.
Yeah.
What would you call it?
The Krion Conquest.
Magitech?
Yeah.
That's not taken, right?
Yeah. No.
Oh,
it's fine.
Francesca.
It's my favorite beverage.
As long as you spell it MAJITICK,
The LaCroix Conquest.
you should be fine.
So this is on NES, of course, and
All right.
look
Here
at
I
this.
am. I'm
So
Francesca.
I think you could hold down the button.
Can you charge? Okay.
Go.
All right.
Oh, this is totally Mega Man.
What are you talking about? Let's ring enemies. Totally original.
Look how she runs even.
Guys, I think this
This
is
is
a
straight up Mega Man.
The eyes are basically the same.
Oh
size.
no. No. This
Oh,
is
but
good.
the screen transitions are a little different.
Yeah, completely different.
Yeah.
You're right.
The tile set is very different also.
Somewhere Tim Terry's all hot and bothered and he has no idea why. There's something crazy going on.
What? I gotta go talk to my lawyer.
Can I get through this?
Oh yeah, totally.
It does not look like you can ever make it through this, but
The opening is pretty obvious. You just have to get hit.
all right.
Whee! Nice. Oh man, I like how you put your head down because you were scared.
Does Mega Man have a ducking animation?
That's a good question. Is this a better game than Mega Man?
Yeah. It's got it lets
I
you
don't
do
think
more
he-
things. So
I don't think he
obviously
ducks
it's a
that
better game.
adorably. No.
No, careful. You're gonna fall.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Don't fall.
I tried to jump.
The charging noise is also a lot more prominent here, and also the bar at the bottom.
And slightly more annoying, you could say.
Or
You can't-
helpful.
I don't think you can shoot up.
Son of a.
Can you in Mega Man?
Probably not.
Yeah, I'm saying
Mega Man sucks.
I'm saying history messed up, and they picked the wrong franchise.
Okay.
The Krion
This-
Conquest is clearly the better game here.
You can't shoot down in this. Enemies
yeah,
are not
okay.
dropping health, I don't think.
That's also true.
Guys, what are you supposed to do with this guy?
I'll just go through it.
How many of these guys are going to be on this level?
He is not literally dealing damage every second, Reeves. I don't know what the
Do
problem
you have a
is.
dash or anything?
No.
Double tap.
You
I
can
don't see
maybe-
what your problem is. I think
Yeah.
you're just being cowardly.
Why don't you charge and then shoot it up and maybe see if that eats the bullets in any way? Okay, that doesn't do anything.
Okay, I'm going to try to time it just right.
Nope.
Oh, you almost had
perfect
it.
timing.
Got it. Is that Shovel Knight? Look at him.
So, am I supposed to jump and land on that tiny little ledge?
Can you jump and glide?
I got him.
Look at that.
Got him.
It's totally Mega Man.
I got him, guys.
All right. Good luck.
Wow, this game is brutal. I thought Zelda was
It's not
hard.
that bad. Can you glide?
How would you glide?
Just hold down the jump button.
Nope. No double jump, no glide. Enemies don't drop health or seem to react to your bullets.
But it is straight up Mega Man.
Yeah. I think we have made that case perfectly clear. It's like
I feel like
Just the
this
tile
is
sets,
this is
yeah.
incorrect. This is broken in some way.
No. Why? You did bad timing again.
Let's see. Oh, jeez.
There you go.
I got him.
all you have to do is get hurt, get on the other side, and kill him from there, and then you can go back and cross.
How many people do you think bought this game back in the day and
And then just returned
just
it.
hated it?
Most of them.
How many people do you think
This is one of those games you take a
loved it
chance on renting,
and thought it was
Yeah,
like
like,
the best
huh.
game
and
they'd
that's your
ever played?
weekend, and then it'd just be blown.
Yeah,
I want to
he's
learn
like,
about the
what a
Krion
waste.
Conquest.
But you'd try this like 50 times. You would not give in. You'd be like, okay, I can beat this.
Depends on, whether or not I could return it, or if that was our trip to the mall that day. My mom wasn't going to let me go back, and so I was stuck with
There you
Conquest
go.
of Krion.
Yep, keep running.
Gosh.
We could have Wade take a quick look, see if there's any
Yeah, any codes? Send us ahead.
walkthrough or anything.
So this is basically like the.
Wait, are you guys stuck already?
Yeah, I mean, look at this. What are you supposed to do?
They're just like toll
and then
booths
this
for your
guy
health,
sucks,
basically.
too. Ah.
So that platform makes me think that there's some sort of
I wanna try it. I wanna
mobility
try it.
option.
Yeah, it makes it seem
that
like you
we're
should be able to
missing.
dash somehow.
Yeah.
But I don't know how you do.
Maybe this protects me.
No, it is a mystery.
Okay, we got some codes.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
We
but
got-
is there... How do we get past this first guy?
Oh, never mind. These are the Japanese version codes.
Right here.
doesn't
How do you
seem
get
to
past
be-
this
I think
guy?
by cheat codes we mean the controls, just to know what all we can do.
Doesn't seem to be live.
See, I just took a...
It's kind of nice.
Well, you don't need them when you start at the beginning of the level every time you die. Hit him.
It doesn't feel bad control-wise.
Yeah, it feels fine.
What are those? Slinkies?
There's Slinky Springs. Stinky Slinkies, as I like to call them.
I also like to call them now.
Why do you give them that name?
Because they stinky.
They smell.
They're stinky.
Little Stinky Slinkies.
Look at them. They're stinky.
That does sound like a good kid's toy from the 80s.
That sounds like a Cabbage Patch, or what are they called?
No.
The bad version of the Cabbage Patch Kids? The Garbage Pad
Nice.
Kids? Garbage Pail Kids?
No!
This is a bunch of garbage.
This is a bunch of
That
garbage.
is garb.
Just
I
keep
had
going.
this, man. And now this guy's gonna hit me, and then the next one will kill me. Shit. Shit.
Trying. Okay, I want to see you get past this guy. I bet you can do it. You just gotta land on that lip.
Well, but
If you go over
when
to
he
the
turned
left,
this way, he takes up the lip.
Well, if you go over to the left more, he'll aim over there, and then maybe you can go quick. Nice.
Yeah!
Wow.
None better. No!
Not like
Okay.
this. Oh, what? Health. Okay.
Oh, wow.
All right, we're getting into this game now.
What are those?
This looks like a super replay.
Yeah.
Whoa!
What is the oldest game we've done a super replay on?
Zelda?
The original?
Get down! I want to throw a Pokeball at these. Run, lady, run! What?
What's the weirdest game you guys ever
Guys?
picked up?
Guys?
I've ever
And like,
picked
I
up.
hated it. Yeah, there's got to be some kind of double jump or something, right?
Yeah. Because it's literally... Oh, maybe there's an invisible block there? Oh.
Huh. Can you shoot? Shoot all around. Oh. Maybe you have to perform like a sacrifice?
Yeah.
Okay,
You're a
select
witch?
button, start button.
Wait.
Wait.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
man.
Broom?
Whoa!
What?
Oh,
Okay. Okay.
They shoot one the other way, yeah. Oh.
How is this supposed to work if you only get one?
She just stole that one.
It's lady, leave it.
You got to go almost
Okay,
exactly
yeah.
halfway.
There.
Yeah.
Oh God, we
All
figured
right.
it out. This game's cool.
Wait, this is the end of the level? Nice.
Round one. This is like a weird confluence of things because it's round 1-1, which is both a level at. Never mind.
Do you have homing missiles? What are your other weapons?
Yeah, I want to take these guys out and we're gonna experiment. I almost said die.
So you have normal, fire, freeze, ball, shield.
I bet Freeze could
Shield
maybe
would've
make
been
blocks
nice.
that would help us get across. Oh, never mind. All right. Well, that does that.
Do you have a limited amount you can use?
Whoa.
Oh.
Oh, that would have been
man.
really, that's the best one.
And you get infinite ammo? Wow. What does shield do?
I do like your effects, sound effects. Use ball on them.
Oh, they're not very strong though.
No, they're fine.
Yeah, they can kill.
What did shield do?
Wow.
What does shield do?
They do not give you much time to like,
Yeah.
mess around here.
Will that stay? Shit.
Oh,
What does shield do?
I want it. Does that?
Oh, that's cool. So I bet each one does something different when you charge it up too.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
All right, Krion Conquest. You had some good
I see
ideas.
you. All right.
I think that's a pretty good look at Korean Conquest.
Mm-hmm.
A good look at 2 games from yesteryear. One that completely stole ideas from a different franchise
Right.
that
Zelda 2.
is well regarded, and then Zelda 2. So thanks for watching. Hopefully Kyle's doing okay with his new story upstairs. Sorry he had to split, but thank you all for sticking around. Suriel, Ben, and Wade in the control room. Thanks again. We'll see you in 7 days.